I think there's so much importance in just the human experience of looking at the world with like some form of enchantment. And that's what we sort of noticed with people going out to the road is there's still this ability to look at the world and see it as being enchanted and mysterious and sort of wonderful in this way we don't experience it in the day-to-day life. Well, Laura and I began this project about 10 years ago. And the Ozark region in the United States is a region that we're both from, that we both originally grew up. And we wanted to make a project about the place we grew up, but also about the place that we left as adults and came back to. And we really wanted to reevaluate what our relationship to the Ozark region was. And so we decided to start talking about and start focusing on the folkloric traditions of the Ozark region. And those traditions were something that was embedded in our family history, and our families were both really large, big storytelling families. And we decided to focus on the Devil's Promenade, which is a remote region in the Ozarks. And it's referred to by locals as this place that they can go out to and see what's known as the Ozark Light, which is this floating orb of light that changes colors. And it's been a mystery for a long time of what exactly the origin of the light is. It's also a place that locals claim to see where the devil lives. And so we thought that, the duality between going out to this remote country road in the middle of the place that was in the heart of the Bible Belt, that it was still suffered from economic instability, and going out and seeing either a light or maybe encountering the devil was a really great metaphor and a foundation for our particular project about the Ozarks.
And just to add on to that, we were both drawn to return to the Ozarks, and also just the rural sections of the rural Midwest, in part because of just an awareness and a frustration with the way those places are depicted in media. And so from the get-go, we were trying to think of a different kind of way to make work about these places that I think are really fall victim to a lot of storytellers coming from the outside areas, bringing in ideas what they think the Ozarks is, and in our country, we really are particularly in a moment of a lot of division between rural America and urban areas. And I think both rural America and urban America are looking at each other with a lot of misinformation, misunderstanding, narrow ideas of who are the people are in those places and what is life like. So it was important for us to think of how do we use the stories that are coming from this place, not stories that are imposed on this place, as a framework for our project. And that was where our interest in folklore began. Well, one thing that struck us the first time we went out there was that we didn't know if this place was going to be totally abandoned, nothing there, no one there. And I mean, there really isn't anything there. But the first time we showed up, it was like a Friday night in the summer, and it was a crowded road. There were cars parked along the side of the road, and people were just standing out on this road in the dark, hanging out, looking for this light. And I thought that was really interesting, how this is something that was ongoing, something that was really still a part of the community. And so we spent a lot of time just starting out, just talking to people about this and that, but also, about their, like, why they were there, what they were looking for. And it really varied. I mean, I think it's nice to have an experience in a place like that where there's not a lot of like manicured parks or things like that. That's just getting out, not going to like Walmart or not going to a church or someplace like that, but just going at someplace where you can get together with other people or just get out of your house and yeah, have this kind of communal, unmediated experience in nature. But with that kind of extra bit about seeing something possibly magical, it just really did seem to bring out a spiritual side in the people that we talked to. We were really surprised by the types of conversations that we were having, the depth of conversations. People were talking about life, death, souls, they felt very metaphysical. It made me think a lot about, well, why is this place still around? There's really nothing here. What is the function of it? And I think we still need a little bit of the unexplained in our lives. It's just a place where, if you grow up there, if you're there your whole life, which like a lot of people are, there's not a lot that feels new and surprising. And we really need that. I've been thinking about that a lot this last year at home with my family. My husband and I have a toddler. And for us, for the grownups, it wasn't exactly a time of discovery and excitement. It was like we're stuck in our house, same every day, but we're there with this person that is still learning about the world and just like wake up excited and engaged. And I think as an adult, you have to try to hang on to some of that things can be surprising and wondrous and beautiful. So I felt like that was really important. And then beyond that, the nature of the story, that there is this beautiful light, but also the devil, seemed really interesting to me. Like it gave people this way to talk about the unpredictability of life. You go to this place and you don't know if you're going to get this beautiful experience or damnation. I mean, I felt like that was really a metaphor for growing up in a place without a lot of options, without a lot of second chances. And I do think the stories that we tell, they really shape us as a community. They kind of define us as a community, and they say a lot about what our values are, what our desires are, and what it is that we're trying to understand that's difficult to understand. I mean, Antone and I were having conversations with, I remember like a guy from like a mechanic shop, a restaurant manager, just like these kind of people just that living around, working around town, living there, that if you talk to them, if we met them in any other circumstance, we would have just had just kind of your everyday small talk. But meeting them on this road, things got deep really fast. I don't know. That was really interesting to me.
I mean, if we can look at the world occasionally as being enchanted, then we have the possibility of becoming more engaged with it and maybe being more engaged with the environment that we're in, caring more about the environment that we're in, and caring more about the people. Because that's what that kind of experience provides for individuals and communities. And I also think it's important to sort of realize that this story of going out to the Devil's Promenade and possibly seeing the Ozark light or possibly encountering the devil at night, that story is over 100 years old at this point. And well before the automobile, well before movie theaters were in the local communities and the local towns of that area. And so it was a form of entertainment to one degree, but it was also a form of having the community come together and participate together in this community activity of going out to see this, phenomena, or experience it themselves. And that has stayed with this specific community for over 100 years. And I think that says a lot about the power of stories and what they can do and how they can shape us, and how they can bond us together as people.
First of all, I mean, images belong everywhere. And I mean, well, and whether that's my opinion or not, they are everywhere. And I don't think that's going to be changing. Um, I think that is one of the reasons why the photo book is really important, though, is when you have this society of images where they're so malleable and easily transferable, it can be hard for an artist to kind of corral their work to a container that really fully expresses their ideas about a project. And yeah, I think that's really important. That's something that means a lot to our work. We're not the kind of artists that make single images that convey all of our ideas. It's really about the sequence, the connection between images and text and ephemera and design, and how all of these things come together to create an immersive experience. That's something that really drives us as far as artists. I mean, we really are always thinking about the book when we're making from day one.
Yeah, and we've been we actually used to both work at Photo Eye Bookstore, so we've been in Santa Fe, New Mexico. So we've been involved in photo books and studying photo books for quite some time. And for us, like Lara said, we make work that is important to be seen in a sequence. It's their long form narrative projects. And for us, we also work in different genres of photography. So we're using different types of images, both archival images, our own images, images that are performative and some that are documentary. And to be able to put that into the book form and create and make connections amongst all of these layers that we're really working with, it seems to be a really great container for our projects. And it's something that we can create and provide for a viewer who can really focus on the work and sit in like a quiet and sort of meditative state and really be able to look at the work and make those kinds of connections that we want people to see. And it's about as much control as we could possibly have with our work once it goes out into the public. And so for us, the photo book is just kind of this form that seems to have infinite possibilities with the way that we can communicate our ideas through our projects.